Welcome back to Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy and we're going to get straight into our daily stock recap. So I made a video yesterday explaining two different scenarios that we were looking out for. And so one of them kind of came to fruition and I did end up buying Amazon and Tesla today on the dip. I'm going to explain to you why I did that. So if we're looking at Amazon here on the 30-minute time frame, we did backtest our bottom line of support right here, and you can see when we backtested it, we had some nice buying volume come in and then we were just off for the rest of the day. We had a gap to fill here to the downside and we did fill that gap. And so if we're just kind of looking at the overall picture here on Amazon, this is a long-term chart that we have been following here on Amazon, and so I did see this as a nice little buying opportunity to catch Amazon here on the dip. And the second stock that I ended up buying today here was Tesla. If you guys remember the video yesterday, we were watching this support line on our uptrend very closely, as well as this 100-day SMA, and you can see when the price action got to this point, it bounced up nice and beautifully, and then we just made our way back up. And so we did have a gap to fill as well here on to Tesla, and we did end up filling that gap. So we had two gaps to fill, both in Amazon and Tesla, and we filled both of them today. But that does not clear us out of the woods here, because that actually could lead to more downside. And so because I buy Amazon and Tesla, does that make me bullish on the market? Not exactly. And the reason I say that is Tesla and Amazon are very good indicators. And so the one thing that I did not like to see today is that we actually filled the gap to the upside in the same day. And so the reason why that is a bad thing is because anytime you have a gap to fill, the charts tend to fill that gap. And so if Tesla kept bleeding down and down and down, we had this gap to fill. And so eventually we would see the price come back to that point. So if Tesla somehow dropped to 400 today, there would have been a major gap to fill that we eventually would have filled. But because we went down today, we ended up filling that gap. Now there is no more gap to fill, so this thing could just keep dropping now and we won't have to test these levels again. And so that is the fear I have with these two stocks right now. And so I actually bought them and sold them. So I did a quick little swing play on both of them. Next stock of the day, we're looking at NEO on the 30-minute time frame. So NEO today actually broke down, back tested its 100-day SMA and bounced up very nicely. So you can see we had a gap to fill here back to the upside, and we almost did fill that gap here. So that was a nice little reaction and potential swing play opportunity for those who are watching NEO, as the 100-day SMA did hold as a nice level of support. So that was very nice to see here. But the one thing to be concerned here is this could be a head, this could be a shoulder, and then we could potentially have another shoulder in this area. But those of you who are trading, this was a very nice opportunity to get in here on NEO. Next stock of the day, we're looking at BLNK charging on the 30-minute time frame. And so you guys know I have bought put options numerous amount of times here on BLNK, and so the price action is finally starting to make sense with this stock. And so if we just look at what happened, we have broke down from our 50 SMA, we came down here, we did not test our 100, but we did hold the ground here, and now we are just kind of in no man's land with BLNK charging. And so for those of you who are looking to either escape the stock or even get into the stock, the one area that I'd be looking for is if we can break and back test our 50 SMA to the upside, that's a very nice buying opportunity, as well as this 100-day. If we can bounce and back test, that would be very bullish. But if we just continue to bleed down, obviously, then that is not a good sign. Right now, we are in no man's land, so there is no sense of direction just yet. We still have a slight gap to fill here to the upside at around $41, so that may get filled tomorrow. So we'll see what happens here with BLNK, but another tough day here, down 8.21%. Next stock of the day, we're looking at AMC on the 30-minute time frame. And so the whole market was red today except for AMC, up 17.56%. But this one is, again, a very risky stock right now. We actually got rejected here by our line of resistance. And what is this line of resistance? Let's pull this out right here onto our daily time frame to get a better look at what this line of resistance is. So this is a line of resistance that AMC has had trouble with in the past to get by, and so we have just kind of brought that along here just to have, so we know exactly what we're looking at. And we did get rejected by that line here today, and so we got rejected by a long-term line of resistance. But in the short term, it does look like AMC is creating a nice little cup, and if we can continue this handle here to the downside a little bit more, we could get a nice little explosion to the upside. And so that is all speculation with AMC. If we want to see it run, this is a line of resistance we have to break over, and that would be at around $7.93. And so if this is forming a cup and handle, then this would be a beautiful line to watch for AMC, because if it breaks past this line, that is a buying opportunity for AMC for a quick trade. Next stock of the day, we're looking at GOEV on the 30-minute time frame. So Canoe got crushed today. It was down 10%. And so if you're just looking at it on a technical basis, we broke down from our 50 and our 100-day SMA today, and we almost back tested our 200-day, which would have been a nice opportunity to actually scoop up some shares. Reason why I say that is now there is a gap to fill here to the upside at around $14.60. And so on a technical basis, now we do have this gap to fill on the upside at around $14.60. So there is that hope here for GOEV in the short term. Today got crushed, down 10%. Next stock of the day, we're looking at UAVS on the 30-minute time frame. So AG Eagle got crushed today, almost 14%. We broke down from our 50 SMA right here. We actually did not back test it, so we did not get any solid confirmation in price action here, but we are trading below our 50 SMA in between our 100. And so if we're just kind of looking at it, we broke down from our chart and we have yet to see any distinctive moves in price action to signal a buying opportunity here for UAVS. And so right now we are still waiting to get it either above our 50 SMA and above this short-term line of support. Next stock of the day, we're looking at TLRY on the 30-minute time frame. It seems like TLRY has been down a lot recently, and so we were down another 5.71% today. But we actually closed out very nicely above our support line, and this is that final line of support that I have. So this is that final line of support on our uptrend on TLRY. This was an extremely steep uptrend, and this is a less steep and very stable uptrend, and so we're still above that line, so we are still a little bullish here on TLRY. We didn't get to see a back test over 50 SMA, and so if we're just looking at this chart unbiasedly, we are slightly bullish here as we are above a support line, but we would like to see a lot more price action here to the upside. And so if I kind of zoom this out here on the daily time frame, our RSI is at around 49. So it did cool off. You could see when we had that run up, we were at extreme levels here at 94. And so we have cooled off now, and we could start to see a nice little bump up here for a swing play. And those of you who are interested, if we kind of just look at the buying and selling today, we were down 5.71, but we actually had more green today overall. And so that is a good sign here to see in the markets. There you guys have it. That was our daily stock update on all the stocks that we are watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. We are on that road to 10K subs. So if you made it to this point, feel free to hit the subscription button. This is Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.